As I said earlier, some things cannot be hidden. My heart is grieved over the recent revelations concerning Chi Alpha. Chi Alpha Christian Fellowship is the Assemblies of God outreach to the secular university campuses. Their purpose is to reconcile students to Christ, transforming the university, the marketplace, and the world. This is a wonderful ministry that has touched thousands of students over the years. The revelations I'm going to address does not include all Chi Alpha groups or leaders. There are many wonderful Chi Alpha campus pastors and missionaries across this land who are as shocked and as horrified as I am by events that have transpired. And maybe you're here and you say, I don't know what you're talking about, Pastor. Just bear with me a moment. As I think about this, I also bear in mind the admonition of the Apostle Paul. Therefore, let him who thinks he stands take heed. Lest he fall. I realize how much I need God's grace. I certainly don't want to be one who casts stones on those who have used poor judgment. But I know that I'm always just one decision away from causing wreck and ruin in my life, my family, and my church. And I know I need the Lord's grace, and I need His mercy. A few weeks ago, it was revealed that some Chi Alpha chapters in Texas had allowed a convicted sex offender open access to their students. This man had been a sexual deviant for decades, and in 2012, he was convicted in the state of Alaska and placed on a registered sex offender list. At that moment, all involvement with Chi Alpha should have ended. Sadly, it was Chi Alpha leaders who asked for leniency. Chi Alpha leaders who signed off to supervise him back in Texas, and Chi Alpha leaders who continued to take groups of students to this man's home without disclosing his criminal background, all the while telling students that this was the holiest man alive. This particular individual had apparently been sexually grooming and assaulting young men for decades. Not only that, his pernicious, perverted teachings found a haven to flourish in the young men who went to his home and sat in the sauna of his home. He groomed them, and as a result, those he molested turned out to be molesters themselves. It's been revealed that two of those he mentored and had campus ministries molested their own children. One of the campus pastors even took two of his sons to this man's house where both boys were molested by their father and this wicked individual. There are things so terrible that one can almost hear the pleading of the Apostle Paul. Speaking through the ages, it is actually reported that there is sexual immorality among you, and such sexual immorality as is not even named among the Gentiles. Please excuse my emotion. My heart's broken. From the spring of 1992 until the spring of 1999, I led Chi Alpha at Lamar University. Julie was an instrumental part of Sam Houston State University Chi Alpha in 93 and 94. We love Chi Alpha and have over the years given sacrificially to its ministries and promoted it to students, to our churches. I would surmise that over the last 20 years alone, we have led the churches we have pastored in giving upwards of $250,000 to Chi Alpha missionaries and Assemblies of God missionaries, world missionaries affiliated with Chi Alpha. We have also sent students from our churches to be a part of this ministry, and to say that my heart is broken over what is going on is an understatement. There are ongoing investigations in the various districts and national level. Thankfully, these are independent investigations, as it should be. Some of those implicated have been dear friends for 20 and 30 years. I love them with all of my heart and hope and pray that they are found innocent and their names will be cleared. My heart is heavy for all those involved, and I pray for them. While I may not have a national platform, I know that what I am saying here this morning, that some will hear about it and probably share this video. So let me say this. To the victims, I weep with you and for you. Some are still hiding in the shadows, too ashamed to come forward, and I beg you, come forward. Report what's happened and name names. As for me, there is nothing but respect and admiration for those who will bravely tell their story. I pray that it will be a step towards healing for you and that it will bring justice to those who have perpetrated crimes against you. To the scores of Chi Alpha Ministries across the nation who had nothing to do with this travesty, I weep with you and for you. I know that you are being found guilty by association with people who committed these crimes. I beg you to hold leadership accountable. This could have been avoided had leadership stepped up and called some people to account. It's my prayer that your ministry will survive this storm and that you will not lose the support you so desperately need. If ever there was a time that we needed ministries such as yours to the secular university campus, it is today. And I want you to know that as Central Assembly of God, we are with you, we are for you, and we are praying with you. To those in leadership, be it at the Assemblies of God national offices, South Texas district offices, North Texas district offices, any district office, any other people in positions of authority. If the investigations reveal that you were warned and did nothing but pass the buck and kick the can down the road, repentance and resignations are appropriate. You have failed in your duties, put people at risk, and have been grossly negligent in the offices you were placed in to serve. It's Pride Month in America, and it would be easy this morning to call out various groups, corporations, and institutions that revel in perversion. We see them demanding that we accept this sinful lifestyle as normal when the Bible is clear that it's wrong. But how can we call out sin in the world when there are sexual deviants and perverts within our own ranks? It gives me no joy, and I say it, tell it not in Gath. But the Bible is clear. For the time has come for judgment to begin at the house of God. And if it begins with us first, what will the end be to those who do not obey the gospel of God? We are at a tell it not in Gath moment for our fellowship.